Hi, kindergarten and families. I miss you guys so much. And I hope you are learning a lot at home with your packets and on the internet if you have it. And remember, I can see how you are doing on Dreambox and Lexia. And I can help you on my computer whenever you need help. Now today we are going to do a video that talks about the math that is in your packets for week 5 and 6. So that would be this week and next week that you would work on these maths. Now the first thing that we're going to talk about is this one more, one less board game. Now, in your packet, you have a couple of these, and they have numbers from 0 to 10, and they are in different places on each board game. So you can play with other people in your house, or you can even just do it by yourself in your room, whatever you want to do. After the board games, they have a paper that has number cards on them. And they look like this, and it has the dotted lines that go all the way around. So if it has the dotted lines, that's the ones that you are going to cut out. When I look at Dreambox, I see that some of you are having a hard time with more and less. So let's think about those words. The word more means bigger. Which one is more? Which one is the biggest? Then you think about the word less, and less is the smaller number. Sometimes they will have two pictures that have the dots on them, and it's going to say pick the one that is more. And sometimes they try to trick you and they just give you a 7 on this side and then an 8. So when you look at those, it's really hard to tell which one is more because they almost look alike. So you can count the dots to see which one is more. Remember, that means bigger. And then they'll ask you which one is less. So remember, you can count the dots to help you. Sometimes they have them in a 10 frame way. So that means that they have 5 dots on top, or a set on top, and then the dots on the bottom. If it's more than 5, you can count on. So you can say 5, 6, 7. Oh, that one is 7. And then you can count the next one. 5 are on top, and then there's 4 on bottom. 5 plus 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So then you have your 2 numbers to pick from. Now, we are going to do the one that is one more. Now, to play bingo, you have to get 5 in a row from top to bottom, bottom to top, and any of these. So you could win this way, this way, this way. And then you can also win 5 side to side. Either way. And then there's one more way you can win, and that would be from corner to corner on both of these sides. And remember, it has to be 5 that are in a straight line when you go from corner to corner. So right here, if you were to do this and went up this way, this is not corner to corner, and that's only 4. So you really want to make sure you're doing these corner parts right here. Now, you can play this any way you want, so maybe you and your family could also make up your own rules. So there is a free space in the middle, so you want to cover that up first. There's no number there. It just says free space. So everybody already has a square that is filled. So I'm using pennies. You can use goldfish, Cheerios, anything small that you have at home. Now, when you do the more, you are going to take out, now this part is tricky, you are going to take out all of the 10 cards, because if you draw a 10 out of the bag, one more than 10 is, think in your head, if I have 10, then I add one more, that would be 11. and there's no 11 on here. So you want to take out all of the 10 cards. Now, we took out 10, but you are also going to cover up all the zeros because 0 is not one more of any of these numbers. So listen to that again. You're going to take out your 10s, but you are going to cover up all your zeros on your board. So I'm going to cover up my zeros. Here's a 0, so I'm going to cover this one up. And then find some more. Oop, I have one right here, so I'm going to cover that one up. And I think I got it. So before I even started, I already have 3 places that are covered. And remember, you have to get them in a row. So this row, I'm only missing 1, 2, 3. 5 minus 2 is 3. So maybe I can get those. So I took out all the 10s, and then I have all my cards from 0 to 9 inside a bag. You could use a cup or whatever you have. Now, one person can draw for the whole game, or you can take turns. And you're going to mix all the cards up, and I'm going to pull one out. And it is a 9. So think in your head, if you have 9 and you add one more, how many is it? 10. So I'm going to take my penny and I'm going to look to see where I should put it. I have a 10 here and a 10 here. Ooh, I have 2 right here. So I think I'm going to cover this one. Now, when you're drawing the cards, you're only going to cover up one number. Leave the other one here because you might pull another 10. So then I'm going to draw again. And you're going to keep going. And I drew a 5. So if I have 5, and I add one more, 5, 6. So now I am going to cover one of my 6s. So I have one here and I have one here. Well, this one already has a spot, so I think I'm going to cover up this one right here. Then you can keep drawing until anybody has their bingo. And when you have 5 in a row, you are going to say bingo. Okay, the next one that I pulled was a 6. So if you have 6 and you add one more, how many is that? 7. So I'm going to look on my board for my 7. I have a 7 here and a 7 here. Ooh, if I put it here, I only need to get one more to get a bingo. So I'm going to put it on that one. Now, as you can look, this is a 9 and this is a 6. And when you have your cards, you might pull it out and it might look like a 9. Or it might look like a 6. So a good way to do that is before you play, you would take your 6 and you can draw a line under all of the ones that are a 6. So then you know that the line is on the bottom. So it would go this way. This is not right. You want the line on the bottom. So it's a 6. Then there's about 4 cards per number. So you are going to draw a line under 4 of the 6s. And then there are 4 cards for the 9. So I'm going to find a 9. And a 9 has the circle on top. So then I'm going to draw a line on the bottom of this one. So my line always goes on the bottom. And so this is the 9. So now you can see the lines are on the bottom. So this is a 6 and this is a 9. So when you pull it out, oh, the line's on bottom, so that is a 6. So you're going to keep playing one more until somebody gets 5 in a row. When they get 5 in a row, you're going to say bingo. And then you can take all of these off, and then you can play again. Mix the numbers up again. Now remember, if you do not win, it's okay. Remember what we say in class. Maybe next time. So if mom or brother or somebody else wins, you can say, good job. And then you could say, oh, maybe next time I'll win. So we did one more. Now we are going to do the one less. So when you do one less, you're going to take your tens that you had out for the more, and you're going to put your tens back inside the bag. This time you are going to take out all the zeros, because if you pull a 0 and you think, okay, if I have 0 and I need one less, so I take away 1, I don't have anything to take away. So you're going to take away all your zeros before you start the one less. Now, since I took out the zeros on the one less, I'm going to cover up my tens, because one less with 10 would be 11. So if you have 11, one less would be 10. And we don't have any 11. So you are going to take out your zeros and cover up your tens for the one less. So remember, you cover up that free space, and then I'm going to cover up my tens. Then you have all your cards back in here, and you are going to draw again. Ooh, what number is this? 7. So one less. That means it has to get smaller, so I'm going to take away. So here's 7. One less would be 6. So you're going to look at your game and find your 6s. So I have a 6 here. Remember, on a 6, the circle's on the bottom, and I have a 6 here. Which one should I do that would help me win? Well, I don't have any that go up on either of those, but I do have one here, so I could go this way. So I'm going to cover up this one. Then you're going to draw again, and remember, we're doing one less. See if I can pick a card. Ooh, 1. So if I have 1, and remember we're doing less, so that means you have to take it away because it's going to be smaller. So I have 1, take away 1. How many is it? 0. So then I'm going to look at my game and figure out where my zeros are. I have a 0 here and 1 here. So there's lots of ways that I could win, but there's only 1 going this way, and there's only 1 that would help me win this way. But if I go here, I already have 2, so maybe I could win up and down. And you're going to keep pulling all the cards until somebody wins. And remember, from the first time you played, your 6s and your 9s already have the lines on the bottom, so you know that this is a 6. And the other one that has the line on the bottom would be a 9. So this game would be really fun, and it would also help you with your Dreambox lessons. And there are also other papers in your packet that are going to be talking about one more and one less. So this is really going to help you. Now, on your cards that you cut out, there are blank ones. They have no number on them. So if you want to make it harder, you could write numbers in there. So this one, I wrote a 12. So then you could change it. They have game boards in there that look like this, but they don't have any numbers on there. So you could do 10 to 20. So you could write 10 here, 11, 12, and go up to 20, and you could do one more that way. And you could also just take regular paper and you can just rip it into squares or cut it into squares, and then you can write the numbers on there. When you are cutting out your cards, I would like if the students, you kindergartners, you cut them out, because I want to make sure you're still practicing cutting and making sure you have your scissors and your hands correctly, okay? I would love to see videos or pictures of you guys playing this game. And remember, if you have any questions, you can call me or you can text me. I hope you have fun. Bye.